So what is the first point that we need in this journey? We need to, what I call, work at ground zero. What is ground zero? That is the place where I truly am. That is the place where I truly exist. As Ibn Arabi states, "Oh man, are you but an actor on the stage of this world, who has so immaculately acted his role that he has forgotten that he is other than the actor? The acting has become your life, whereas you are just a player within the scene, and you are not it." Or as Rumi says, "O you who curse Yazid and Shimr, look well within yourself. There you shall find that your own Yazid is butchering your Hussein and devouring him. Why do you look beyond yourself and curse others?" We need to arrive at point zero. And when we arrive at point zero, then that marks the beginning. But that is the hardest thing to do. By Allah, it is easier to become Sulaiman. It is very difficult to become a truthful servant. It is known as inner liberation. Umar, when he saw captives from Rome, he taunted them and he said, "How dare you are created free men? How dare you allow yourselves to be brought here as slaves?" That was his understanding. And when Ali ibn Abi Talib salamullah alayhi looks at the same truth, and when Ali ibn Abi Talib looks at the same issue, he states, "It is better for you to be a slave of your slave than for you to be a slave of your soul." Look at the difference in the perspective here. If we can work at that point of ours, then there we might find a beginning. Today, all of us in this world of ours find ourselves in a particular context. That context fashions us. Today, the way in which I talk, the selection of words, the themes, the hand gestures, the facial expressions are all contingent upon you. You are dictating my demeanor and everything that I am. You are the authors of my existence right now. I am not me. Where is Arif? He has been killed a long time ago. He is no longer and nowhere to be found. I am but an actor who is acting in front of a people who find me acceptable in this way. It is as if they mold me and they change me. Who am I? But even if I am, what am I and where am I? What a point of loss and what a great tragedy that at my death I finally awaken and say, this is what I am and I am nothing. And a whole life has gone past. An-nasu niyam in matu intabahu. The Prophet has said, people are asleep. When they die, they awaken. They awaken to this reality that I was never myself. The hardest thing, therefore, is to arrive at the truth of my own self. That this is what I am. Truly, even when we look into the mirrors, we only see what we want to see. Even the finest polished surfaces will not reveal to me beyond what I want to see. Even when I'm in that sajda and pleading to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, even at that point it is not truly me, it is a person acting away. It truly takes a man to acknowledge themselves and to arrive at that point. Today, if we were to work deep within our personalities, we will say that I am actually not this. These likes that I have actually been dictated upon. These dislikes that I have, truly there shouldn't be dislikes. If I don't like the blackness of black, then there's a deficiency in me, not within the blackness of black. If I do not like Hindus, there's a deficiency in me, nothing to do with the Hindus. How dare I dislike the creatures of Allah Jalla Jalaluhu? Learn from this beautiful man known as Majnu or Qais, who kissed the walls of Layla's house. And they said, indeed, you're an insane man. You kiss bricks and stone. He said, nay, they are the walls of my Layla, and they represent my Layla. How can a person within the creation of Allah hate anyone? How can they like anyone beyond anyone? My God, O Allah, it is all yours. There is nothing but you. Look at how much we need to work within ourselves. So the first point and the point of beginning is the awakening, that we arrive at that ground zero. Do you know all these elaborate, and my time is finishing, elaborate, and from tomorrow I promise we'll begin in these points, inshallah. And of course, I'm known for making false promises. So all these elaborate, rational arguments that we set up for the existence of God, I will say this. Maybe you will condemn me for this. All of them are nonsensical. They are absurd. They don't mean anything. None of them proves Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. None of them are capable of proving Allah. As Imam Khomeini states in his Jihad al-Akbar, he said, walking with demonstrations for the existence of God is like walking with a wooden leg. Someone will soon come with a saw of evidence and chop it off. There's a very big difference, he states, in what you understand through your mind and what you realize through your hearts. You know very well that this friend of mine has been a good friend and harmless, but as soon as he collapses in front of you and dies, your heart will not accept you sitting there throughout the night in a dark room. Even though you know you have no threat from him. While he was alive, he did not do anything wrong to you. Now that he is dead, why should he do any wrong? But yet your heart would not agree and you would want to flee. There's a vast difference between that and that. And then he states, it's a beautiful point. He states, when you are lowered within your grave and the mighty angel appears and he asks, قُلْ مَنْ رَبُّكَ, state, who is your Lord? The tongue shall not utter. It will stutter instead. Why? If, and even if you have been the greatest philosopher in your world, the mind will come to a rest at that point. It will be the core of your being that is being asked. And if Allah is not involved at the intimate level of your soul, there will be no Allah at the tip of your tongue. That point is the ultimate beginning. To arrive at me, myself. And if we can arrive at that point, my God, then we begin to discover. And the way in which we discover. Allahu Akbar. The lofty mountains can move. But as Ali ibn Abi Talib says, these creatures of God, they stand so firm that the earth can split in two, but they will not be moved from their places. This is how firm a person stands. Think. The munajat of Ali ibn Abi Talib. The munajat that we recite in Masjid Kufa, in the one we recite on the 21st of Ramadan, that is based on this point of arrival at point zero. When we arrive at point zero, we will say, in truth, my God, I am yet to be discovered. I have yet to be molded. I am nothing. And at that point we cry out, you are Rahman, I am Marhum. You are Raziq, I am Marzuq. You are Allah, I am Abd. That is the true point of beginning and the point of discovery. Think about the way we find Allah. When we find Him there, we say to Allah, Allah, I have fallen. I need you to be my encouragement. Oh Allah, I am defeated. I need you to be my strength. Oh Allah, I am ignorant. I need you to be knowledge. Oh Allah, I am in darkness. I need you to be my light. That is the point of true discovery. So the first point is